Okay, welcome back to Narrative and Beyond with Mike Ladikombi. I remain your host, and I still have my guest here on this platform today. Asuko Olawale Okon is the CEO of Energy People, and a senior consultant, as he'd like to call himself, anyways, of human leadership resources in Lagos, Nigeria. And of course, he's doing a lot of very, very great work across not just Nigeria, across different nations in Africa. Is into not just human resource consultancy or consulting as it's called, is into development space as well, adding value to organizations in terms of management consulting and all of that, and interacting with CEOs to help them to be more effective as an organization, and of course for the bottom line to improve. That is part of what he's doing across different nations. We are privileged to have you again on this platform today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I asked the question before we went on break the other time about what should be the mental positioning or posturing for success for any young professional or any professional out there. For their career and of course for life.
Okay. So there's the textbook response and then there's the life response. So I'd rather choose the life response.
Yeah.
So in answering this question, there was a time in my life post-COVID, I guess it was just COVID that unlocked that portion. And I was asking myself a very critical question. I know many people probably would have asked themselves. And the question was simple. What is life? That was just the question. And I started reading many books. I stumbled on many. I mean, it's not part of this, but it will help us to answer the question. So I came up with some concepts. So I called it the Pentagon of balance. Okay. Called it the Pentagon, just Pentagon. And then if you just draw it, it has about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. And then if you just put on each corner of the side, you would have critical elements. I don't want to go into it. Critical elements about your life. Okay? Because the question is the posture of success. And my response will be that balance. So you have self, you have your financial, you have your health, you have your family, then you have the society. I mean, you can decide whichever way or whichever ones are important to you. But either way, you can only do as much if your health is balanced. If your health is God forbid not balanced, no matter how the family loves you, no matter how much more money you have, no matter how, you cannot be in two places at the same time.
That's right.
So you need that critical part. Okay. You also need financial to be balanced. Now you don't need to have 100 private jets, 5 private jets, 10 private jets. You cannot enter 2 private jets at the same time. Nobody has ever been able
to sleep on 2 beds at the same time.
You cannot be in 2 rooms at the same time, even with astral projection. Either you want to do it, you cannot. Okay. Then you have the society, because you're not alone. You have people that you have to be able to relate with. Then you have your family. Okay, that's very important. You have the work of your hands. So that balance, okay, mixed with very flavored sense of gratitude. Very important, because you can sit here and see all the negative things that are not working. Everything that is not working, and then you don't see the things that are working. I mean, we've heard it, we've discussed it. Some people say the cup is half full, the cup is half empty. It depends on what you see. And all of this coming from the way you have asked the question, the paradigm, okay, that mindset for success. Then you ask yourself, what really is success? Sure, you remember, Mike. Remember, you say, oh, that person has bought a new car. What car did you buy? He bought the what's the name of this car? Remember, 2004. Under God. End of discussion. In short, because many people don't know the meaning of the EODO. It's end of discussion. It was a Yoruba word translated to English. Kosoro. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. This car there's nothing to say. Then before we knew it, they brought
discussion continued.
Discussion continued. Then if If and permit me, I'm going to really land it with the scriptures. Bible says that a man's life consists not in the abundance of the things that he possesses. So if you mark success simply by the things you are able to acquire, then there's a long way. It's a moving target. Because you say that you must get this. Okay, you have gotten it. You have gotten it. And so I said a very deep sense of gratitude, because sometimes the things that we hold dear are not really the things. For example, you call a young person and you say, you just give me, give me your account number, and then you send alert, and then maybe the person just says 10 million. 10 million. You know, there's a massive rush of energy, dopamine, everything, excited, everything, excitement. And I shock you, that excitement cannot happen twice.
That's true.
What has happened to him, the way he feels. Remember, he hasn't received the money. He only got alert. If that alert was fake, we don't know. But that excitement, that's what we call rejoicing. That's enjoying the benefit of something before you even have it. You haven't even received it, but you have been able to enter into it as though you have received it. So success, how grateful are you first for you to be able to make impact? You know, there was a work environment where we were, and this guy he was doing, I really liked him. He was doing well. He was, in the management opinion, he was doing well, he was getting the job done and all of that. But he was pressing on the people. They couldn't have smooth conversations and all of that. I don't want to call it harassment. And then one day, I just got gist that he came to the office and said, all right, I'm declaring for everybody. Oh yeah, everybody order. And everybody said, oh, no, we are not hungry. Thank you very much. So how do you want to place that? That with what you have, eat it alone. Oh, I'd rather go with somebody else and it's scriptural. You know, that Bible passage is only in Yoruba that is in my head. You know, dry morsel of bed with peace is better than for you to now be in a big house. And so you need to be able to define what success is, and then we need to know what are the parameters. And the last part for success is, so that we actually align properly, is what you are doing now that people are calling successful versus what you have the capacity to do. So if you're doing so well and you're earning 1 billion, the whole world is celebrating, we would call you success. But is that really success in terms of the capacity of what you were designed to do?
Your potential.
Potential. Most SUVs in Lagos are underutilized. They should not even be seen on the streets because they were not built for that. They were built for enter Lagos, Ibadan, interstate, and then just be driving long distance. So the cars are just, well, and they are easy to intimidate ourselves around. Okay, so that's the way I'll look at the posture. For me will be come to the place of balance. Know your balance. Okay, know your balance. Your life doesn't consist in the things that you are able to amass. If it's by the things that you're able to acquire, that you want to measure something you're making, and then the question will be, then what should I use? You use impact. That person that is not able to come back to you to tell you thank you. The person doesn't even know you. I read the story and goosebumps came out of my body. It was about a very popular billionaire in Nigeria, who had been sending money to a particular NGO. And one day, one of the owners of the NGO said, follow us. Let's take you to that place that we go to. And then he went with them. And when they got there, they presented the people with wheelchairs and all of that. And he saw the joy on the faces of the children. And as they were about to go, one of the children just grabbed his legs and held his legs very tight and stared at him. And he said, why are you looking at me like that? He said, because I may not see you again. And when we get to heaven, I want to remember your face.
Wow.
That when we get to that, so he was looking at it, he said, because when we get to heaven, I want to remember your face. So that's why that child was looking at him. So the people, that's even the one that he saw. What about the people that don't have what it takes to even know where you are? Or so how are you able to contribute in your little way?
Mm.
It's as little as going to buy something from a woman down the street who you know that their entire profit cannot be up to 10,000 naira,
Mm.
and they are pricing it.
Mm.
They're pricing it. And the woman is a man and say, no, three, 1,000.
Mm.
But you know, why don't you just buy it without pricing
Mm.
and leave a smile? You can pay for it
Mm.
and then do something. And then she's wondering, no, your change. No, that one was for you.
Mm.
Or she gives you your change. Maybe you give her 1,000 naira, then she gives you 500, but there's a small girl sitting beside her who is even probably opening her books and all of that, and then you're able to do something. How are you able to express your humanness? For me, that would be success.
Awesome. I think that's the balance for me. Because what's the use of acquiring so much and you're not touching any life anywhere? It's just about me, I, and myself alone. Life is not built for us to just be successful alone, so to say, to have it all alone. You know, okay, I don't want to take into the political space because as we're talking something started coming to my mind. Let me leave that out. Let me come back to you. From your background, what you studied in the university at University of Lagos that you attended, I think I'm correct. Yes.
Yes, I started from University of Lagos.
Okay.
Then went to University of Uyo.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
From University of Lagos, then you now moved to University of Uyo, and then you came out and you were at KPMG. I think it was KPMG that you worked. Then you moved to to the STN group where we met, owned by Olakunle Shoriyan, who is still doing very fantastic work globally right now. How did you find yourself, or was it your choice of human resource field? Was it accidental? You left the world of accounting and all of that. was it coincidental or accidental or intentional?
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to say it was intentional,
Yeah.
but I can tell you that at a very young age, some things that have been engraved in my heart up till now is that I know that all things works together for my good. I know that one. I keep it deep in my heart. The second one, very important, is that it is God that works in me both to will and to do of his good pleasure. The third one, that is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. So I'll take it from even from secondary school days, the things that I did, the challenges that I faced at secondary school level and all of that. Then moving to university, I really wanted to get into University of Lagos. I projected, oh, I'm going to do SUG, I'm going to contest for election, did all of that. So I said for student union, no, Nigeria must not go like this. At age 17, I was already writing things around. I thought I was going to go into military because I really loved the way I don't know if you edit this part, but hey, it says fellow Nigerians, but it was cool, right? Those kind of giving presidential addresses and all of that. Then went to university and did jam. My jam is a story that I really hold very dear because something happened while I was writing jam. There was executive malpractice, the best kind of malpractice that you can imagine. Very quiet. The center was not noisy. I remember the lady, just I don't know her name, that was sitting beside me. She was looking at me like, are you in this hall with all the thing that is happening? Me, I was struggling with my paper. No, I'm not going to cheat in this exam. I'm not going to cheat it. I'm not going to cheat. And it was too compromising and all of that. And then by the time results came out and people were hearing the results and all of that, I remember coming out and saying, God, I will not fail. And then I passed jam. So I have points in my life where I hold God very dearly.
And JAMB
So
is
moving on,
entrance examination into the
yes,
university. Yeah.
joint
Yes.
admission matriculation board,
Yes.
the
Yes.
entrance examination.
Yeah.
Okay, and all of that, and then moving up to yes, I wanted to get to University of Lagos, but I didn't get admission, and then I got admission to University of Rio, and everything, that change began to align. I studied geography and regional planning. I didn't like the course. I did not like the course. I wish I could change. I wanted to do political science, where we tell ourselves you have to be inspired to take over,
So
to
that you
start,
know expire.
and you know, inspire all of that. But as of course, as I grew, I started to appreciate, to see that wow, there's more to it. Now, with my sense of geography, now, I mean, it's already there,
Mm.
and the things that I learned. So nothing, no knowledge has been lost. Starting from diploma in law, moving up to University of Lagos to do geography and regional planning, and then coming out of the university, started work as first assignment was I did PA to a now then deputy governor of Akwa Ibom State and all of that, and then going and then getting into KPMG and having my career start on accounting. And of course, I've learned a lot. So where I am now, HR then became a port. I didn't know it as HR. I just knew it as people. I
Mm.
knew it as engaging with human beings. I did not
Mm.
know that it was HR. I won't tell you that I knew that it was HR, therefore I have to do self. I didn't know it that way. By the time we met, it was business development and strategy.
Yeah.
Plus, we were doing some training.
Yeah.
And then after I'd left, I then went to do business development and strategy for full, because then we had to set up a business, okay, from scratch, having to write business development, business
Proposals.
plans, talking to
Mm.
the yes, proposals, talking to banks and all of that, getting funds and then starting the business and running for a bit. Okay. So the last part then happened to be the HR bit. So I went into HR, or I then got into HR consulting, started with team building, which I really love a lot. I mean, it tells you, the question is, how do you explain to a manager who is trying to solve a problem? He doesn't know that he's the cause of the
Of the
problem,
problem.
and
Mm.
he's doing everything
Mm.
genuinely to solve that problem, but he doesn't even have an idea. You need to be able to show him simulations that can bring that in out of him, so that he can now see that, oh wow, I need to be able to step back, and then we started going to the management and consult, of course, with the experience from KPMG, engaging, and now we're in HR consulting.
Mm. Awesome.
So would I say it was deliberate? No. Happenstance? No. God stance? Yes.
Mm.
Yes, that's where I'll put it.
Awesome.
That's where I'll put it.
Okay. Something you said just now. I'm going to take you into that aspect of you. I know you do a lot of team bonding, trainings and all of that, programs, and then you do team building trainings, even till now, for executives, for managers and all of that. And when there is a problem in an organization, you mentioned something now about how a manager can be the problem, or even the CEO, because I still consult for organizations as well in Nigeria, and at times even the CEO is the problem.
Yeah.
How do you make a leader in an organization to know that he or she is the problem in the organization?
Yeah, advantages of or advantage and benefit of team building, because you then get to do intellectually stimulating simulations. Yes, that's what I call it.
Mhm.
So you're trying to, so I can give an example. So maybe you have sets of cards and then you give to everybody. Okay, there are maybe 4 people or 5 people on the table, and say, arrange these cards. Very simple. Arrange these cards, and everybody arranges theirs. And then you now find out that there's one person who is finding it difficult to arrange the cards. So this is the trick. You gave everybody the same cuts of cards. So you're actually supposed to form your square
Shapes or
or
something.
whatever, or your shape with just 4 pieces.
Mm.
But the way you have put it is such a way that you can actually form it with 5 pieces. So out of the 5 people that you have sitting on the table, 4 people have formed their pieces, but one person formed his own piece using 5 pieces instead of 4. So the last person, that's the 5th person now has only 3 pieces left. So that means one of his piece is with somebody. Now, what happens is that person will be trying to help him to arrange the 3, not knowing that he has the one piece that this other guy needs to be able to, because
complete the process. Yes.
participant 1 has 4 pieces, participant 2 has 4 pieces, you participant 3 you have 5. Then participant 4 now has 3 pieces. You've seen it now. So everybody will gather around the guy, try to help him to, no, do it like this. They'll be proposing. But what it takes is for somebody to be able to say, but this person has 4, this person has 4. You have 5. Why do you have 5? Maybe your 1 is what is stopping my
what is
own
missing.
Missing in my own. That's an example of intellectually stimulating simulation. That will bring it down and say, and then we then try to debrief to say, you see, you can actually be a manager. I are trying to solve a problem like this guy, and you are the cause of the problem. It is the things that you have set in place. I'll give an example that I'm trying to project a lot now. When people don't do things well, it is those that do it right that suffer.
That's right.
And I'll explain what I mean. So in an organization, only organization that has 50 people, 10 people are perpetual latecomers. Are you aware, sir, that the business will spend money because of the 10 people? We will now install CCTV camera. Because of 10 people that come late, we spend
biometric machine.
We bought biometric machine because of people who come late. Question, what did we do for the 30 people that were coming early? Nothing. But those who are coming late, we decide to buy maybe an entrance, something that will help us. No, we can't do that. No, because of people who came late. You go for a meeting, even virtual meetings, and then the meeting is supposed to start at 12 o'clock. And then you see some people join in at 12 or even a few minutes before 12. And then the moderator says, okay, can we just allow, why are you punishing those who came early? Can we just give 5 minutes more?
Delay them so that others can join.
So what's the benefit of my coming early? If it is those who come late that get the benefit or that we expend energy for. I tried it in an organization once. I just got to the office early and I said, okay, fine. Where are the first set of people that came today? Okay, this is your card. He said, get out of me. No, you that came late. We're not punishing you. We are rewarding the people. The next time, it was not a conversation. He said, is it not happening today? Wait, it's not happening today. The next time it will happen, we don't know. So that the people who come early get rewarded. Not just those who are poor. That's just for a punctuality level. And then we can expand it. Okay, so how do we tell managers is to sometimes show them, and some people it's until critical talents leave them. People get to the point of realization at different phases. Some people get in there early. Some people it's until things go so bad and it's so bad before they realize. Some people it's on conversations like this. Some people want to hear it by revelation. Some people want to hear it. Maybe they go for a conference and then they hear somebody else is telling them, say, oh, wow, maybe that's what I'm. Sometimes at the end of the day, there's a lot of ego, okay, that is at play in the whole, as well. So, but bottom line is, as a leader, what we say is you have to be able to project what you want to see. Okay, whatever it is that you're seeing, it's very difficult to accept this, and many people probably not agree. Whatever you're seeing is what you're projecting. Okay, whatever you're seeing is what you're projecting. So, what are you projecting?
Awesome, thank you. There's a question that came to mind. Stress is a major problem across the world now in the workplace, leading to mental health issues. I know that the awareness within our climb, is very low, but it is real. And, the there is an increase in people having cardiac arrest and all of that at work, young people. And of course, there are other possible root causes, right? But now I want to zero in on stress management for professionals. How can we as professionals manage stress? Of course, workload is always increasing. That is normal. The business world is fast paced. It keeps evolving, as it were. New things are coming up, and all of that. Competitions are alive, and they are giving everybody, a run for their money, right? So, how can professionals manage stress within the workspace? I'm talking about corporately now. How can we help our employees, our colleagues, to manage stress corporately now? Because I believe that when people are burnt out, you get little from them. All right, they are not as effective as they should be. Fatigue will set in, and they are not at their optimal level. Okay, so how can maybe HR professionals, maybe managers, decision makers, help to manage stress in the workplace?
Hey, fantastic question. Let me just first go the other way. A little stress is good. It's even good for the brain. Doctors will tell you it's good. We need the other stress because where we can't totally eliminate stress.
Yeah.
I mean, we cannot totally eliminate stress. Now, corporately, there's a leadership, and when we say leadership, I don't want to just say leadership by title. Everyone is a leader at a different level. So you're either, worst case, you are leading yourself, or not worst, the lowest level.
That's
you are
right.
leading yourself.
That's right.
Then you are leading others. You are leading the people that are leading others. You're leading a unit. Then you're leading the organization. So we're talking to leaders across all levels. One, be connected. Connection is not that we are friends. No, that's not what we're saying. Be connected. Know about the state of your ship. Let me use it that way. What's happening? You cannot be ignorant of what's happening in the life of the people that spend their life with you. Yes, you're paying, that's fine. So be connected. But before I say be connected, I'll first say by yourself, demonstrate it. Because you cannot give what you don't have.
That's right.
Okay, so if you're already stressed before you get to the office, the people will get from you is further stress. So you need to frustrations and all of that. So you need to have been able to feel yourself before you get to engage with other people. Don't allow people around you to suffer because of your own inadequacies, something that is personal to you. You slept, woke up on the wrong side of the bed. How would I know? And then you come to the office and you punish me.
Nobody's feeling the heat.
Why? Why? Okay, so let people be excited to see you. But for them to be excited means that you yourself, and I've spoken to that at the beginning when I talked about the pentagon of balance. You must be able to epitomize and carry that full nature. It's a lot, okay, because the question is, even leaders are suffering from it and all of that, which is why you must be able to take time. So, of course, from a systems point of view, you have the EAP, the employer
assistant program.
Yes, you have that. You have all of the conversations. Those are conversations. In fact, you do it in some places and they tell you that's not what we are saying. We have the policy. It is the actioning of that then we now need to put into practice. How are you checking up on people? Are they going on leave? Why are they not going on leave? Is it because even the home front is not suitable for them? Now, there are many things that we need to be able to. So somebody is coming to work every day very early and is closing very late. It may look like a very fantastic employee, but have you checked? Maybe
he's running away from something.
Exactly. It's possible. He may be running away from something. You say, let me just leave before they wake up. Let me get back when they are asleep. So the office is the place that looks like where, and then you'll be pressing it, but you don't know that he's being pressed on every side. But if you press a little bit, you may then be able to find out to say, oh wow, and then you can say, what can we do? What can we do as an organization? So there's that part. So first is you being a custodian. Know that you have this full responsibility, that when you come to places where people are, they're able to enjoy your presence. Okay, that's from a corporate point, and then you're checking for critical elements or that you have institutionalized. So you have leave, you have TGIF, you have team bonding, you have engagement learning sessions. Let's talk about it. The office ambience is okay. People laugh genuinely, not you say something is not funny, but they know that if they don't laugh, it's going to be a problem. They have to force themselves to laugh.
Let me ask maybe one of the last questions before we go. One of the questions I've gotten so much from a lot of professionals is how would they be able to, what should they do when the environment they are working is toxic?
Simple answer, straight answer, be the light. I mean, why should light? It's a very tough question you have asked, because there are many things involved. But why should light ever run away from darkness? Remember, you had asked me a question in the first part, and the response was excellence. Be the light. When you say toxic, what does it mean? I believe, and I may be wrong, I believe nobody sets up a business for the business to fail.
That's right.
The man that is toxic because there's something wrong somewhere. There's something that's keeping him or her awake at night. It probably comes after he has paid salaries, and then he's looking at you. You are smiling because you received salary, and he's looking at you. You don't know what I went through to pay you this salary. I am smiling. But if you are in the point of light, or maybe they went to drill something went wrong, there was nobody for him to talk to, and then he comes to the office, you guys are playing because it's TGIF and his work, you guys don't understand, and he cannot tell you everything. So look for the choke points first within the organization, sort it, put salt, put light into that spot, and then you become Michael, there's something we want to do. You have, because you are that light. But if you're just going there to say, I want to do my work, if you compete at that level, you have to, one of two things will happen to you. You either leave, and when you leave, you will not remember or know that you have learned the skill of how to be toxic. It's the next place that you're going to that will replicate it, and you will not know where it's coming from. But if you are focused that this isn't right, they've shouted on you as a manager, they've been toxic to you, you have the opportunity to stop it. And the way you can stop it is you call the next your subordinate to say, okay, we need to do something. You're not giving them the same tone that you received. You're not learning it, and it's scriptural, by the way. You say, avoid an angry man lest you learn his ways. And then, of course, when it becomes something that you cannot by any means handle, you have prayed, you have done things, and you have instruction. Of course,
it's time to open the door and then take the
yes, but you will not leave angrily. You will not leave.
Close the door gently when you are leaving anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Oh, wow! It's been a long time today. We've taken your time. I'm sure that I'm going to bring you back on this platform again, because there's so much that we are yet to even talk about. Thank you so much for your time today, and maybe you should give us your parting shots. How did your faith, because you've talked a lot about your faith, why having this conversation, how did your faith affect the man or influence the man that you have become today? That's the question I would like to ask, and then you can take that, as your parting shot for us. And if you have any book to recommend for people to read, yes, please feel free to recommend. Yeah, as a second year. After that, then please.
I don't know whether I want to recommend it though. because many people will quarrel with me on it. So there are books, there are books, there are books. There's a book that I'm reading, or yes, that I've read. It's called The Diary of a CEO. I mean, there are mind shifting conversations in there by Stephen Ballet, young guy. I mean, he said some things that will just I align them with the scripture, because sometimes we make mistakes and those mistakes turn out depending on how you say it. So I just give a very quick insight into the book. He started his marketing company, and he wanted a young guy, and he wanted to build a massive, instead of putting stairs in the building, he put a slide, a giant slide. You know, when you climb up, you just slide down,
Like that.
because he wanted people to play. And they spent a lot of money putting that, and people started making fun of them. They're making fun of them. Have you seen the company that built slide? Let's go and see. Let's go and see. Let's go and see. That's how it became publicity for them. And then we say, what
Word
did
of
they
mouth
even do
marketing.
there? Word of mouth marketing, because they were mocking them on that same thing. Let's go and see what they are doing there. Let's go and see what that same. It was a mistake, but it became something that turned around, and that's been the story of my life. Okay. Back to your question, that's been the story of my life. There's nothing that I am that I will ever be outside the person of God, outside the person of the Holy Spirit, outside the person of Jesus Christ in my life. Have I made mistake? Plenty mistake, many mistake, many that this 5 episodes will never cover. Many mistakes, but I know whom I have believed. I know the goodness of God. I know the love of God for all of my projects. If you attend any of my trainings, you just probably hear me. I'm training, and I just say, thank you. Thank you. It's another conversation that is happening. You know, it's another conversation that is happening. Just say, thank you. Okay, so I get it now. Thank you. And I'm wondering, wait, so in the office, they just say, thank you, Jesus. Because you know that God is your source. Okay, people will say people go somewhere and all of that. But we cannot all as human beings deny the fatherhood and the goodness and the mercy of God. And that's been my keeping grace. I don't know everything, of course, we know in part, but God is good. You can argue everything and beat me on it, but God is good. And on that note, I'd like to say thank you very much for hosting me on this episode. I wanted to say, watch out for part 2.
Thank you so much, Asuko. It's been an awesome conversation with you. I'm sure that we'll be able to. It's been a long time that we've been trying to get you on this platform. Well, God makes all things to be beautiful in their time. So thank you so much for accepting to come, and to I believe that your story and some of the things you have shared, the knowledge you have shared, will impact a lot of people that will watch, our viewers that will watch this particular episode. Okay, watch out for our next episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Narratives and Beyond. And we are on YouTube, we are on Spotify, we are on TikTok, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook as well, and of course we are on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for coming on this episode, Asuko Olawale Okon. Oh, till I come again to your screen, my name is Michael Adekombi. Bye for now.